great idea. Before we do that, though, there's an elaborate reliquary right here that we use the gold
What'd you
key
say?
from the other room to open. Does this door might do anything? I just
You
looking at
don't need to be well
a
rested for
humanoid brain
tonight.
alive in perfect condition, suspended in cerebrospinal fluid. I'm
Because you
sure
need
it's
to be
just
out of
fine.
energy for tonight.
You know what? I'm going to take
That way you can
this
sleep.
with me. Gonna pick it up. You never know when you need a good things to store your belongings in. Well, moving to the south now, a sphincter in our way, but this is the way to the helm. We're gonna rest up before we go, us returning to max HP, and
Once inside, do as I say. You in charge. I'll trust my own judgment.
oh, they're bickering already. I was just about to say, I'm going to let Lazo and Shadowheart move in first. Oh, can I attach my pet to them? No, it looks like us is with us. So they'll go in first, and then I'm gonna make sure it's okay before I enter. Although if there's cutscene, we might be teleported forward either way. Nice. Do we listen? It looks like we're going to. The Mind Flayer that commanded us is in a duel with Commander Zoc, a level 8 enemy. And let's just say, that's not looking too good for our Mind Flayer. They want us to reach the end of the room, but standing in front of us are three enemies. By the way, if you hit tilde, enemies will highlight and be a little bit easier to see. So, Zen is in full sight right now, but I'm still going to use a sneak attack on the invalid target. Must have advantage. No, just use it. Just shoot him, Zen. It's fine. I can get advantage by someone else moving up to them. So what we're going to do is Shadowheart's going to move up, and then I sneak attack. Perfect. Now Shadowheart is going to get... Okay, I'm going to quick save right here, just in case. There is a reason you might want to kill Commander Zoc, and that reason is being grasped by his two hands right now. That sword could be ours if we take him down. At least that's how it was in early access. I'm not trying to mitigate it too much, but I want that. I want that pretty bad. Now, Shadowheart is a cleric of the Trickery Domain. I don't know how useful that's going to be for me right now. However, Chief Inflict Wounds has a wide range, doesn't it? However, I am going to cast Healing Word on the Mind Flayer. As long as he can hear my words, then it will heal him. Now we'll conclude her turn. Us is unfortunately in the previous room, so we're going to use his action to dash, and us will move up to the front line near our team. As he's doing that, Lae'zel's going to move in and slice the imp on the left side down to size as they fall limp to the ground. Zen already did his action, so he's just going to move up next to Lae'zel and in our turn. The Mind Flayer chooses to use Mind Blast for 24 damage against Commander Zoc, also stunning him at the same time. That is excellent. Am I out of sight range? Almost. I'm going to take a step back, crouch down. Oh.
Not imprisoned by fate.
So sneaking is a full action for me right now? I didn't realize that. That's what happened earlier too. Well, mistakes were made, but I can still use it to my advantage in the future, don't you worry. Shadowheart is slightly out of range of the imp on the right, and Lae'zel is going to move up as well, although we are very far away from reaching the commander. I'm going to use a ranged attack on the lesser imp on the right side. There are ways of getting your sneak to just be a bonus action, and I was so used to playing with that I forgot what level 1 looked like. Us is going to once again use the dash dash action to run themselves forward and try to get into the thick of the fight. And that will end all of my turns yet again. One thing that's new since early access is reach the transponder before the Nautiloid crashes. We only have 14 turns to make this happen. Maybe with the rest of my action here, I'm just going to dash on Shadowheart and move her up to the Mind Flayer. This looks sketchy. It's probably not going to be as bad as you think. There are bonuses you can get if you are flanking an enemy, if you have an ally nearby. I'm trying to make it so the Mind Flayer has as best of a chance of winning this fight as possible.
I observed a negligible intersection
As he takes
between
17
Maya's
more
current
damage.
behavior and the relative
Zen was once
utopia
again
of that
spotted.
time.
Stealth not going great for him,
There
but
was
we can't
peace.
attack yet. I'm just going to have Lae'zel move up a little bit. Not use her attack just yet. I need the advantage for my sneak attack, which we're going to use now. That slays the imp. And then can I jump? No, I don't have very much athletics at all. Oh, what's going on with that imp? There's a little turbulence on his flight. He's feeling that. We're going to swap to our melee weapon on Lae'zel and try to move up in range to attack. Looks like there might be a couple spots I can do it. Let me totally flank with Shadowheart and we'll get a melee swing in. 30% chance to hit, and it does not. Can Lae'zel move up now for an attack? One thing I could do is use this rush attack, which will bring me into range for 3 damage. Mind Flayer is still pretty weak. We already swung, but this is a bonus action, so we'll heal the Mind Flayer yet again. And again, I want to stress, this is completely optional. If you wanted to get out of here, you can move for the end of the room and hit the transponder just like the Mind Flayer told us to. We are intentionally not doing that for the time being. We are going to dash with us and move them towards Commander Zalk as well, who still has 123 hit points left. Still on my feet. That's getting kind of scary. One thing I might want to do is, you know what? I'm just gonna stay there. I might want to move to the end of the room so Zen can get some better angles on the commander from stealth. Leave it to me. Connect the transponder. 20 damage from the Mind Flayer does connect. I am going to just run this way on Zen. We'll go for a ranged attack. Oh, wait, no, we'll definitely do a sneak attack because we can get advantage there. It does. Okay.
We must uncover
Shadowheart is going to go for a swing. 2 damage. Lae'zel's going for a swing. Lae'zel has a pretty good chance to hit, and Commander Zalk is below 100 HP. We're getting there. We're the way there. Is that going to be enough? We still have a while to find out. Us is going to go for a swing now, too. 35% chance to hit for 3 damage. And that will conclude my turns. What is the Mind Flayer going to do now? Unfortunately, missing at the main hand attack once again slices through. The Mind Flayer starting to get pretty low here. One thing I can do on Zen, if I did want to attack, maybe I'll save this for Shadowheart. I'm just going to go for a sneak attack here. 40% chance to hit. Perfect. Okay, so the one thing I can do on Shadowheart's turn is theoretically I could throw this potion at our Mind Flayer. The path is interrupted, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go for a swing. But the Mind Flayer really does need to stay alive. That is very, very important. Us is going for a swing again. It misses. Lae'zel goes for hers. And it misses with any damage done this turn. Oh, even the Mind Flayer not connecting. Now this is where stuff really starts to get sketchy because there are reinforcements coming our way. I'm going to crouch down and hope those reinforcements don't see me. I really hate that I can't stop the... Oh, I hate myself. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe I'll sneak a little bit closer to the end here. Just in case. That is going to make our life more difficult, but maybe this will be Zen's job while they try to kill the commander. Since I keep messing up, that might be the play. Alright, Zen's going to wait right here. Shadowheart's going for a swing. 2 damage. Us is going for a swing. 5 damage. And Lae'zel does miss. The Mind Flayer hits for 15 as more Guardians start to show up. from deeper inside the Nautiloid. They are dashing towards us using their action for that movement. 17 damage done to the Mind Flayer. He is at a critical amount of HP. This is where we can't afford to mess things up any longer. I am going to kill the ranged attack. That's going to be that turn. I don't suppose Us could throw something, could he? No, Us doesn't have an inventory, unfortunately. Lae'zel is just going to, Shadowheart is just going to step to the side. We stayed inside of that attack range, so we didn't mess up anything. And we're going to throw our potion at the Mind Flayer to heal him for 8. Lae'zel is going to do the same. She's going to open up her inventory and throw her potion at the Mind Flayer to heal him for nothing because he dodged it. What a maniac. Okay, Us still has to attack, so here he goes. That's 67 health on Commander Zulk. Oh, very good hit. Hopefully the Mind Flayer can dodge something once in his life. That would be wonderful. This beast is heading towards Zen, and he's in melee range now. Don't you worry. I have a sword for this exact scenario. We are going to be just fine. The demons, however, are dashing into place now, and it looks like Zulk did miss his swing. We have maybe one more turn before they're in range, and this starts to get a lot worse. So Zen is going to sneak attack with melee. He can't, so we're just going to regular attack with melee. Missing the beast in front of us. I'm going to try a Flourish too, just so I can try to get a little bit extra damage out. Shadowheart can't cast anything else. I mean, would Sacred Flame be better than my melee weapon at this point? Yes. 3 damage. And that's going to be her turn, unless she wants to throw this again. But I think throw is an action. Yes, it is, so I can't throw anything. The Mind Flayer has maybe one attack left in him. And once he falls, stuff is really going to hit the fan. And I don't know if I want to be here for it. I'm going to do a Pummel Strike, and hopefully... No, nothing is connecting. Nothing is connecting. Can Us make it count? His second critical hit of this combat. Yes, indeed, he can. And unfortunately, that ends my turn. The Mind Flayer does hit for 12 damage. That means only 32 HP remains on Commander Zulk. Zen starting to take a beating. Going down. Zen is down. Oh, they are now flying, which I believe will take their... That did not take their action. They are in range. The Mind Flayer has fallen. And this is getting pretty dire. Lae'zel does dodge. So, it doesn't look like I'm going to get attack of opportunity. Shadowheart is going to throw this potion at Zen. Disadvantage on it, 25% chance to land. It does connect, and he does stand up. Now, Shadowheart is going to move towards the beast, and Zen can't attack. Or can he? Not enough action. No, he cannot attack. So I'm just going to chug a potion of my own and get back up to full HP. Us is going to continue to be a barrier, hitting Commander Zulk, and Lae'zel is never going to back down, although she may. This turn, that is for sure. Zen takes 2 hits. Make that 4 damage from the creatures in this room. Great dodge for Us, and a critical miss as Lae'zel continues to stand. She's going to be holding back the beasts. So, a sneak attack to the head of that animal, and then we are going to dash with what's left of Shadowheart's actions. She's going to try to get as close to the transponder as she can. We are cutting this very close. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're getting the sword, but that's okay. Zen's also going to move away with all of the movement he has, which is nowhere near enough. And Lae'zel is going to hold her breath, dealing 4 more damage to the commander, and pushing away one of the demons with her bonus action, and that will end my turn. The high ground fires a fiery bolt at Zen for 3 damage. He has 3 HP left. One of the demons is pushing forward, stabbing Zen in the kidneys with that trident as he goes down again. Lae'zel once again dodging the first swing from Commander Zulk, but couldn't get the second. And as Shadowheart looks back on all of the death and destruction in this room, with her newfound friend bleeding out, she turns around and places her hand on the transponder.
Are you feeling stuck with $10,000 in grid debt? Try National Debt Relief, as seen on the Wall Street Journal podcast.
I was drowning in debt. I didn't even know how I was going to buy food for my kids.
I had over $36,000 in debt. If I would have just made the minimum payments, it would have taken me 59 years to pay off. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of debt myself.
National Debt Relief specializes in helping people who are struggling with $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or personal loans.
I felt immediate relief. They had a plan for me. They treated me like a real person, not a number.
There really was a team working with me.
I'm now debt-free.
Getting started is easy. Simply click the link on this video and answer a few simple questions. Let National Debt Relief take it. Get started today. Your future self will thank you.
Can't always plan getting done. National Gunrunners carry not because it's a weapon, because it's a shield. They do this even when most options to carry a gun can be inconvenient, uncomfortable, or difficult. We carry a gun at all times with immediate access. That's why we've armed countless responsible gunners with Urban Carry G1, the Urban Carry G2, and now G3. Rather than pinching and prodding out your waistline, the gun we're completely concealed and more comfortable whether standing or sitting. We've now improved the Urban Carry even more by dropping
The helm's aiming transponder. Pages and films.
Sandaresh is creating pluralities within the Vex mind, instigating individuality within her collective.
Until now, each Vex collective was guided by one mind, acting in unison. Maya has turned a collective into a community.
It makes them unpredictable.
Nice job!
Our tactics must change accordingly. Caretaker for the planet's core. An immune response to the Shadow Legion.
Hey, you're not the same guy who died, right? Oh. Well. And not like from the craft, but something saved us as we impacted the ground.
Let's return once you are free of the Mind Flayer set. Your past is still an aching void. If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain soon, you'll future will be as blank as your palace. Your head whispers vengeance. You cannot wait to slice your way forward, seeking whatever brought this tragedy upon you.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Sorry for the fumbles with our sneak being in action. That'll actually be sorted out very, very soon. We are going to shoot for 14 videos in the first 7 days, so sit tight, and I will see you guys again very soon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the way out. And I cannot wait to see where this adventure takes us. Live video shopping. Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. In the first episode of our series, we just barely survived a non-alloyed crash, and we wake up as the Dark Urge, also named Zen in our playthrough, with no memory of our past, covered in blood. At least it's not our own. And on a beach. We should have died from the fall, but somehow we managed to survive. Some powerful force stopped us from dying. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you are looking forward to this series. We're releasing 14 videos in the first week of the game's release. And I hope you'll join me. Subscribe to see more and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Well, Act 1 starts the same for everybody. We're on the beach, but what isn't the same for everyone is where we decide to go. Because we freed Shadowheart while we were on the non-alloyed, she's just unconscious here. If you didn't free her, you may find her somewhere else. So I suppose I'll try to wake her up. That is, of course, unless a doctor chooses to take over. Hey, what's that? Reach out. No, I'm just gonna wake her up. Hey!
How is this possible?
You know, I'm was really hoping that you might know. What is that little trinket you've got there?
I remember the ship. I remember falling. And nothing.
Well, now what?
First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
Yes, I really would like to get rid of this parasite as fast as we can. You have any idea where we are?
I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement of where we just came from.
Yeah, I can agree with that. You want to stay together? I mean, you seem pretty useful in combat. You, of course, were the one that allowed us to be freed by touching that terminal.
We need each other. And we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
I hope you don't regret that. All right, let's get moving.
One thing. Just before we go. I wanted to thank you again. For freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod. But you didn't. And either way.
I was just trying to get everybody out that I can, you know? We're also able to level up right now. For Rogue, it's very straightforward. We gain a little bit more health, and we gain some cunning actions. You know how in episode 1 I kept trying to stealth and then attack? Well, we can do that now with our cunning action of hide. It's just a bonus action instead of a full action. So hopefully that mistake won't come back to bite me anymore. That was starting to get frustrating, mostly at myself, not at the game. Because Shadowheart is in our party, we can level her up as well. She's going to gain Turn Undead, allowing her to make an undead flee. She's going to gain a level 1 spell slot, Channel Divinity with 1 charge, and Invoke Duplicity, which can allow her to summon illusions of herself around her. Very cool stuff. Looks like everyone that may have been on the novel I wasn't as lucky. This was just a fisherman. that happened to be on the wrong coast at the wrong time.
Your hand is close, spotted beating nothing. Why would you find darkness journeying across your face?
That's weird. Intelligence, try to remember the last thing. The last time you stood above a corpse. Now, my intelligence is not good, but I'm gonna try. It's probably... We do have a -1 because of our intelligence. Let's see how this roll plays out. I may have been able to give myself guidance from Shadowheart, by the way. I just didn't see it in time. Either way, we rolled an 11.
Your mind is filled with flashes, 1,000 different deaths.
1,000 different deaths.
Unspeakable death within your heart.
We were alchemists. This was wonders about it. Start with the art of merging. First part of the trick. Don't worry, that's covered. Now, alchemist, the master.
No reason for us to be packing our toothbrushes in bags like this when we go on vacation. Why are we even using old toothbrushes like this? Like, I can't be the only one who went forever without using an electric toothbrush because I didn't want to spend over $100 on it. Someone's gonna get fired. You get a toothbrush, 8 pencils using them for the stain, larger, and a travel kit. And this thing is 5 different modes. So you're gonna get this called still last shift before that person gets fired.
That is not what the brush comes with. Everything sanitary, stick it right in your bag. It has 5 pieces of clean, white, polished, sensitive, no vibrating, one card, one second. This comes over as the last 2 years. Under a wall, on the range.
So we don't remember our past, but we remember thousands of dead people around us. Abducted commoners. So this guy was on the non-alive. It looks like some intellect devourers are taking cover inside of the ship, and they don't seem to be yet. So I'm going to sneak down, and I would really like to open up with a sneak attack with range, just to deal some damage. No one else. So I don't think I'm just trying to do. I was just doing anything I could to get off of that ship. These guys would not be as friendly as our previous pal. Well, my action has already been used, so with my bonus action, I'm going to try to hide and move off to the right. The main reason I'm moving off to the right is I assume this guy's going to turn around to look at Shadowheart, and I'd rather not be at his direct line of sight. One thing I want to add with, as you can see when I put it over in the light over here, we have a full sun. I move it into the shadows. We are partially hidden. This is a shaded area. So that does make our stealth a little bit easier, being in the shade. Another intellect devourer deeper in the ship casts dash, and it's going to use its full action to move towards us, although there is some goop on the ground they need to watch out for. The intellect devourer next to me did not see me. Mission accomplished so far. Oh, there we go. It's seen me now. It's just turned over there to look at me. Isn't that just wonderful? Well, Shadowheart is going to go for a melee swing. 85% chance to hit. She deals 6 damage. That's going to end her turn. I don't see any reason to move. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide, and then we're going to fire off another ranged sneak attack over here at that intellect devour for 14 damage. That is wonderful. And then I'm going to take line of sight cover behind this part of the ship. The final of the devourers is moving towards us. He is going to go for this. Shadowheart may be able to step up in range for a melee swing. Yes, indeed she can. And I think after that turn, Zen's going to go ahead and pull out his melee weapon, which is just a short sword, and then move in for a sneak attack of his own. I really, really like that overhead slam he does where he holds the sword upside down. I am a very big fan of that. Well, this ship has definitely seen better days. We've seen those better days. There is a fire further in that still seems to be blazing, and even more wreckage up ahead. See if we can find anything useful nearby. I just spotted a chest up on the high ground here. Need to use. There's also a dead mind flare here. We find an oil of accuracy. Coat your weapon with a +2 bonus on attack rolls. I imagine that only lasts so long, but we shall see. On the Mind Flayer, we find a potion of speed, a caustic bulb, and a spiked bulb. Do you guys have any tips you'd like to share down in the comments to make this playthrough go better? Do you think I could get a little bit more out of my rogue Zen, or know where something cool might be located and you want to share it? Please don't hesitate to share that down in the comments. I am totally open to that in this series. On this abducted nobleman here, we find 52 gold. He was very noble. A amulet, some cheese, but most importantly, a rapier. This is the best weapon, to my knowledge, for us to use as a rogue, at least at the beginning of the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and equip that immediately. That should set us up for success, at least I hope. By the way, if you would like your entire party to stealth, you can press C for your individual character to stealth. But if you press Shift C, everyone will get down together, meaning you can all sneak in at once. So we're going to try to cling to the shadows here as we move into the Nautiloid red. The ash is really falling down in every direction right now. Not seeing anything to loot in this section. Is this floor hot? That's definitely fire. We're going to avoid that. I'm not trying to burn right now. The large fellow, he's the tallest human I could be. Hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the future with sneaking. We spotted a Mind Flayer up ahead. Shadowheart said they're bound to be dangerous, even if they're incapacitated. Has 3 health left. He is gravely wounded. Do we even give him a chance, or do we take him down now? And immediately would be the play. Can I pick his pockets? He doesn't see me. No, that didn't work. I'm going to speak to him. Is this the same one I saw during the crash? No. No, this isn't right. I'm going to turn away.
Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve. Die for it and honor is possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
While it's focused elsewhere, I'm going to try to break free.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Close those eyes forever. That was a merciful death, but a very needed one. One less Mind Flayer means one less problem for us. Inside of its inventory, we find another potion of speed and a void. I checked as much of the Nautiloid as I could for loot. I didn't find too much of anything else. However, I did hear a voice. I believe this is to the southwest. There appears to be a pale elf with just snow-white hair calling for help on the coast. I'll investigate. We'll see what he wants. Of course, many of you already know exactly who this is. I go for those brave things, cool. Brave things in the brothers. You can kill me, can't you? Like you killed the others? Oh, yeah, I can kill him. Exactly. Stand back. Can you see this? No, not from here. That's not a brain thing at all.
You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
We spotted the dagger with our perception. If this is a robbery, you're off to a pretty bad start, Elf.
I just need information. I saw you scuttling about that. You were in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacles.
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. A light.
Ishtar
Fear.
buildings. Here. Are the Vex establishing facilities as reconstructions of Sundaresh's memories?
I don't know if I've ever seen this play out this way. Maybe I've never passed this perception check before, or maybe it just changed with early access. Well, it's the Mind Flayer worm that connected us. Elf.
That explains things somewhat. I was ready to decorate the ground with your efforts. Apologies.
Apology accepted. Might have done the same thing if the roles were reversed. If you only knew. If you only knew.
A kindred spirit. My name's Astara. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
I'm in quite the state, but I think I'm Zen. I'm not sure. That name is just in my head.
So, do you know those words?
No, really. Don't want to be friends anymore.
Well, that much we can be certain. These worms are already affecting me. I can feel it. Now, what to do about it?
I just noticed some scarring on Astarion I've never noticed before. Did you see it too? Well, what's your plan?
Well, getting out of here for a start. Then finding anyone who knows about these worms. Someone knows how to control them.
Control them? I want mine gone, my dude.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Okay, well, do you want to come with us? Oh, I need to get moving but you can seek shelter at my camp. This is another rogue, so we may not use him in our party for long. I definitely want to keep him around so we can continue to talk to him, and I'm going to find some other companions as well. And just so we can keep their narrative moving. But, why don't you come with us for now? We could definitely use another pair of hands and maybe a pair of teeth.
I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. I accept. Lead on.
As he joins your side, your mind dances with thoughts of a perfect, pretty corpse.
Oh no! The dark urge, dude! Oh my goodness! So that boar of his is right over here. It's still scared. I was thinking about maybe killing it. Is that the dark urge speaking? I just thought maybe we could use the food. I do seem to recall something over this way, specifically underneath that rock. But I don't think I have the strength to move that heavy of a rock. So I'll leave that for you guys to explore. I'm gonna head northeast to the other side of the knob. There's some kind of magical portal nearby that seems to be a little unstable. Maybe getting close to this thing isn't what I should do, but I'm still here to check it out.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically. It's malfunctioning. It's slightly dangerous.
Slightly. I'm gonna touch the sigil. Anyone? That is a hand. Indeed. Strength, ignore the urge to maim, grab the hand and pull. Rogue sleight of hand with a keen but calculated twist, you attempt to sabotage the sigil. Fantasize about hacking off the hand. I mean, fantasizing doesn't hurt anything, right? By the way, we can scroll down on some of these where it looks like we see all the options here. We could also slap the hand away, but now I'm just going to take a minute to really daydream about what that might look like.
This branch of flesh is begging to be pruned, and its sap sucked from.
Oh no. Mistress Eyelids, stop! Oh no! You lose? Oh no!
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all come true.
Oh, I didn't fantasize about anything. Surprises. Aren't you?
Joy floods through. There is someone Nautiloid, but now you are truly awake. Alive.
You look like you really enjoyed that. So that was another companion. Did I just lose the ability to recruit them? Item received Gale's severed hand. That's just sitting in my inventory. The few remaining fingers on this hand have grown apparently cold and stiff. What am I supposed to do with this? Well, sorry about that. I'm going to talk to Asterion. It seems as though he wants to say something.
Test. What did we name our daughter?
You're spasming and twitching. Whole thing.
Well, between you and me, overwhelming, violent desires fester in my skull. I hope that isn't off-putting to you in any way.
The norm is to keep dirty thoughts like that to ourselves, but...
He's interested. These cruel thoughts, they aren't me. It's something has cursed me, I think.
It seems you dealt a vile hand. I say it. Say it for all it's worth. Self their true nature.
Well, he seems pretty sure. I'm going to keep moving on to Asterion. Speaking of Asterion, he leveled up as well. He is a rogue as well, so this is going to be pretty straightforward. He's going to gain all of the same actions that we did when we leveled up, like the health increase and the cunning action. There's really nothing else to leveling up a rogue this early. It's very straightforward. I do wonder if we will see him in the future. I like Gale. Sorry, Gale. Sorry I did that. Continuing to follow the path to, I believe this is almost directly east, we see a familiar face caught in a cage, and two tieflings looking at our lost friend Lae'zel. Now, how she ended up in that cage after falling out of a nautiloid is beyond me. I definitely owe her a favor. She saved our butts earlier in more ways than one. So, get over the total. Twice as hard.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, again.
Just got fragments and pieces to the prisoner's white hot stare. Fragments don't move. Yet you hear her voice. Get rid of her.
Don't worry, I'll get them out of here one way or another. I can do deception, persuasion, or just attack them. I'm going to say don't worry, and I'm going to try to convince them to leave somehow.
Slow to her, though you never speak them aloud. I know what grows inside you. I know of a cure.
Do you know the cure?
Don't you wish you were speaking to die ultimately? You don't trust her.
Well, she was just trying to get herself to safety. You gotta put on your own life vest first. I get that. I'm gonna try the deception. We'll see if we can pass the check. Now, I might be able to add a bonus from guidance to help us out a little bit, but it looks like we don't have any negative effects on this roll. Did not work at all. I'm definitely not using inspiration on it.
Amazing.
No. I'm definitely a failure. Kill him. We have to kill it before it harms someone. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna attack the tieflings. Watch out. I don't feel good about this. But they weren't listening to reason, were they? I don't think I can do it. Wait. I don't think they can see me, so I'm going to cunning action, and I'm going to do a sneak attack to the back of the closest tiefling here. With that rapier, we should be seeing some pretty big damage, and we hit him for 11, just over half of his HP. That will end Zen's turn. The far tiefling goes for a hamstring shot. That is going to pin me in place, but I did save against the roll. 2 big hits, though. Make that 3, and Zen is down to only a few HP, 3 HP right now. Well, I don't think Styrian's going to be able to sneak into the shadows too much, but his sneak attack will have advantage because Zen is so close. And 7 damage done means that guy's at least getting low. Styrian's going to move up next to Zen to support him. Man, he really hurt me up that hill quite fast there, didn't he? We are then going to cast Healing Word on Zen from Shadowheart just to help him out a little bit more. And then she's going to move into position as well. I'm going to put Shadowheart closer to the archer, so hopefully the archer chooses her as a target instead of Zen. And that will conclude both of my turns. Zen is back up again. We're going to go for a sneak attack. Must have advantage against the target. Oh, I see. So Styrian isn't close enough. We'll just go for a normal melee swing. That does get dodged. I'm going to try for a flourish. For the time being. That's interesting. So that was a non-lethal attack. Very. Aim for Shadowheart instead of me. Now, Asterion can't sneak here, so we're just going to go for yet again another ranged attack on the far enemy. I don't know if it'd be better to give Asterion a bow at this, or excuse me, a crossbow at this point to replace his bow, or if that bow is just fine. Either way, I was hoping I'd move off to the side here somewhere. I guess I'm just going to move deeper into the area with him, and then try to do a cunning action. He is actually hidden right there, believe it or not. Now, Shadowheart is going to move forward with a lead, trying to close the gap onto the enemy tiefling, and go for a swing. 55% chance to hit. It does. 4 damage to the side. Now, with the last... Oh, no, I don't think I can do that much damage. I'm just going to try a ranged attack from the high ground. You know what? I should have done a sneak attack because we had advantage. Shadowheart was right there. Either way, it did not matter. Oh no, it's the Dark Urge! And I'm going to fire the next shot at the page, holding Lae'zel to knock her down. Before I walk up to her, I'm just going to short rest. That'll allow me to recover a decent amount of my HP. 16 out of 17 right now. That's totally manageable. Let's go see what Lae'zel has to say.
The tadpole has chips from all your senses. Suspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find it fresh. You will join me. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
Do you think I have a lot of kindness? Because I'm really conflicted on that, if I'm just being honest with you here, Shadowheart. Well, if you think you have a cure, can you explain to me what a crutch is? You know, just in case I don't know.
Factory, a training ground, shelter. Community protocol is clear. When infected with a gay tadpole, we must report to a Gusto for purification.
Very well. Let's journey together and let's find this crutch.
You have made a path through Crispinair. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
Hi, Lae'zel.
But I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten pleasure of her. You were sharp-tongued, elf. What that your mind proved its equal. Very finer details are lost on a creature like you. The whole mentioned account. One there, this Soru. See Gekiaki. A fish must be near. We will ask this Soru where he has seen my kin.
Very well. And the party grows larger. Lae'zel has a level up, so let's make sure we do it. I believe fighters are pretty straightforward. As they level up, she's going to get more HP, even more than we did, and also gain access to Action Surge, which allows her to do 2 attacks in a single turn, or really 2 actions. It could be multiple attacks in a single turn later in her career. So, Lae'zel is going to be our front line. But, as I mentioned, Astarion isn't someone that I feel is going to be traveling with our party. I do have one final companion in mind, and it's one that we have never brought in a series before. Because he always dies! It's not my fault, dude! He always dies! Yeah, he was shouting too. Wait, so... if she does hear shouting, we're going to split the party. The rogues are going to link up over here on the left side, if I am capable of doing such a thing. And then the rogues shall venture up to the high ground. Now, the shouting seems to be at a very large gate up ahead. But I think we have a decent view of what's going on from here. Now, with the rest of our party, Shadowheart and Lae'zel in tow, they are going to confront the problem head on. Keep it down! Don't touch the bloody gate! Nobody gets it! The fucking goblins will be on this any second! What's going on? Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate and blow now! You let goblins here! Where is the druids? Please, there's no time! Nine. Open the gates. Oh, that guy didn't make it. I would not be trying to grab that gate right now, let me tell you that. I'm not trying to get crushed before the goblins kill me. Shit. Nice. Oh, and that they gave Will an epic intro into this battle. He is the final companion that I would like to add in. But there is the small issue of a pretty large goblin force following these adventurers back to town. I believe these are the very same goblins that we saw in that opening cinematic in last episode. We are in stealth, so Astarion is going to move up for a sneak attack. Why doesn't that work? Do you have to be a little close? Is he not in stealth? Hold on. Honey, that's exactly why. So there's going to be a one-hit kill as he slices the throat of the goblin archer on the high ground. Zen is then going to follow suit, going for a cunning action of hiding, moving up to the edge, and firing off his favorite crossbow at the goblin tracker beneath him. In the first 2 moves of this combat, we have taken 2 lives from these goblins. Let's see if Lae'zel can keep it going. I don't think so. I don't think she can. She's going to use... oh, maybe? She's going to use her leap to jump towards the goblin caster. Was that all of my movement, though? I believe it was. So she's going to have disadvantage if I go for a ranged attack because we're too close to this enemy. So I'm just going to pick another one. I'm going to go for the goblin brawler. I should probably pick whoever I have the highest chance to hit. It's going to be the brawler. And that's going to be 2 damage to their side. Nothing too crazy. We're going to save our action search for next turn. Meanwhile, Shadowheart with shield intel is probably just going to dash to get herself into position. She's pretty far away. And with that, our entire squad has done their actions and let's see what these goblins are all
Sunderesh is
about.
doing more than
The
command
adventurers
and
are still
defense.
trying to stay strong. We see one of them moving up for a double attack. One of those trying to knock this guy off balance, and it succeeded. Grease being cast underneath him causes him to fall down. That's not good when you're at the feast. Bugbear. The archer on the far corner fires off a shot that does not connect with anything. We see the tiefling that was yelling.
A heart. Weight against a feather.
Could Maya find what she's looking for?
I don't know. That is not the question at the front of my mind. That question is only, what will happen if she does? Return to the helm, Guardian. I need time to think over what we found here.
Never trust anyone who tries to justify their actions for the greater good. There are hundreds of copies of Maya Sunderesh in the Vex simulation network. She knows that there's nothing we can learn from the Vex that would bring us closer to our golden age. Those times are behind us. We're here, and we have what we need. No. What Maya wants is control. And for now, she has exactly that. She has an agenda more personal than a golden age. She always does. You saw her experiments. She's iterating, using the Vex, using Chioma. We lost so much to the collapse. But this path won't lead us to anything but more loss. Guardian, work with Failsafe to get back inside Maya's facility in the center of Nessus. With more data, we can uncover her secrets and put an end to her search.